Good morning, students. Happy Tuesday. So as you can see, we are starting with language arts because as you know from yesterday's video at the beginning, we are doing just review work for geometry, and there will be a small group meeting after our normal 11 o'clock meeting to go over our geometry concepts. So here for language arts, we have what's the usage. So what you're going to do is you're going to determine which of these sentences are correct. So you're going to put C for correct if all the modifiers in these sentences are used correctly. So if they're not, you're going to put an I. And then it says prepare to tell your teacher how to make it right. So since you will be doing this on your own, you're just going to write C or I. So as usual, I always recommend that you read the sentence out loud because you can better tell if it makes sense that way. Then here on the bottom, we are doing our comparative and superlative forms of these adverbs and adjectives. So just remember, usually they would end in ER and then EST, but sometimes you have some irregular adverbs and they would be here on page 112. For the most part, they end in ER and EST, and I'll give you one example, one hint. So if we have the word close as the positive, then for comparative, we would have closer, and for superlative, we'd have closest. So think about that as you're determining which words come next. Here on the bottom, you have a little writing activity, which is part of your writing grade. And it says to write a biography of someone in your family. Be sure to use adjectives and adverbs correctly when describing that person. So it doesn't have to be a whole story. I just want to know a little bit about somebody in your family and use a lot of describing words. So lots of adjectives and lots of adverbs. And here for spelling, you are continuing your review of your lists 19 through 23. So here on the top, we are going over chapters 20 and 21 using these words. And you will just be using the little codes with the blends next to the animal and filling in the word that matches the animal. So pretty easy and fun. And then here you will be using this list to complete this crossword puzzle. So all of these definitions are in our past work from chapters 19 through 23. So if you need to use your spelling dictionary in the back, definitely do that. And if you need to skip some and then go back, sometimes that makes it much easier when you're completing your crossword puzzles.